this show on the road. Go ahead and get the Raiders. First of all.
Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec. Mackay Airport Information Quebec 2030 Zulu. Wind 170 at 12 ceiling 3,500 broken. Temperature 20, dew point 18, QNH 1019, landing and departing runway 14. Transition level 110. Read back all, hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec. Mackay Airport Information Quebec 2030.
Mackay ground velocity 600. Oh, that's right, that's not how it works.
Velocity 600 did not copy.
Hey, what up, Marjorie? Mackay ground velocity 600, request IFR to Brisbane with Quebec.
Velocity 600, Mackay ground, thanks for information, Quebec. Expect runway 14, Muna 1 departure. Initial climb to 6,000 feet. Squawk 5213.
Clear to Brisbane, expect runway 14 via the Muna 1 departure. Initial climb to 6,000, squawk 5213, velocity 600.
Velocity 600, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco, velocity 600. Okay, I'll continue the checklist, so I'll get the transponder set. Oops. Transponder set. Transponder is 5213. 5213 set. We'll turn the transponder on now. So, just quickly grab our V speeds. V2, so V1 136, VR 138, V2 148, so 148 plus 15 is 163. Set. Initial heading is going to be 139. Very touchy. 139 off runway 14. Altitude 6,000 set. Your damper is on. Window heat is on. Flight altitude is set at flight level 310. Flight directors coming on. Turn LNAV and VNAV on now. Minimums and minimums ref is set to Barrow. Altimeter ref in hectopascals, and the altimeter is 1019. Very good. Auto brake set to rejected takeoff. Com radios are set. Doors are closed. Actually, no, they're not. Okay, chocks off. Whoops. Alright, chocks are out. No tug is required. So we'll be powering out. So no drummers there. Cool. Pre-flight checklist complete. So, before start checklist, we'll request pushback. Result request engine start. Velocity 600, request engine start.
Velocity 600, engine start approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Start approved, we'll call when ready for taxi. Velocity 600. Okay, auto throttle. Fuel pumps are on, electric carriage pumps are on, anti-collision light coming on, park brake is set, it was set, park brake is set, ground equipment's removed and engine area is clear. Before start checklist complete, engine start checklist, we've got our DUs showing our engine information, get the packs off. Starting engine 2. Push the N2 rise up. Once it gets to 25%, we'll introduce fuel. 25. Fuel flows alive, oil pressure and temperatures alive. Rise and run. N2's coming up. Start a cutout, starting engine 1. It's 25, introducing fuel. Fuel flow, engine pressure and temps rising as expected. Quickly flip through our flight plan outlets and things. So today's flight plan out of Mackay is going to take us, going to have us taking off to the southeast via runway 14, Muna 1 departure. So we'll step through that. Muna down to Rurock, Spesbo, Lamog into Smoker, which is where the RNAV Smoker 1 Alpha RNAV approach begins. That'll take us up via the Osaka transition into runway 19 in Brisbane, provided ATC play ball today. They didn't yesterday, so we'll see what happens. So that's 2 good starts. Start a cutout. Engine start checklist complete. So before taxi checklist, we'll chuck the generators on. Done on Gen 1. Anti-ice isn't required. Packs go back to auto. Isolation valve. APU bleed off. APU off. Engine start switches to continuous. We go flaps 5. Elevator trim is 4.78%. Good enough. 0.78% set. Flight controls. Free and correct. Lower display unit, clear that, get rid of the noise. And request taxi clearance. Ground velocity 600, request taxi.
Velocity 600, runway 14 taxi via Bravo.
Taxi via Bravo, runway 14, velocity 600. Okay, taxi lights.
Velocity 600, contact Mackay Tower 124.5.
Over to tower 1245, velocity 600. Now, in real life, ground and tower are combined on frequency 124.5 at Mackay, so you just talk to the one person, which makes it a lot easier. I'm guessing beyond ATC I haven't figured that out yet. Probably won't for a while, but that's okay. It's a bit more true to life anyway. So continuing the checklist, taxi lights are on and runway turn-off lights as required. It's daytime, don't really need them. Before taxi checklist complete. So let's go ahead and taxi out again. Let's do this again. Does that and brakes lock up on my controls for some reason. Not to worry, let's get out of here. Taxi out to taxiway Bravo. Which I believe is the northern taxiway out of the ramp. That's correct. Load up some approach and departure plates. Out of here. So it's important to stay ahead of the aircraft, because what I should have done is load them up prior to taxiing out, but it slipped and I walked. Not to worry. Okay. Hold short at Bravo up here and start the takeoff checklist. Some rudder pedals, so I've got brakes I can use that aren't parking brake. Anyway, before takeoff checklist, parking brake set, fuel flow is reset, center fuel pumps not required, de-icing not required, cabin lights as required, flight instruments are checked, barrows set, engine instruments checked, all good in the green. Takeoff data, just check out these speeds because they have a tendency to change. It's 141, so V1 141, V2 VR 143, V2 152. So we'll change that to 167. Red brake disarmed. No, just have a cycle that. All good. Nav equipment's checked. So let's get our takeoff clearance. Tower velocity 600 at Bravo, runway 14, ready for takeoff.
Velocity 600, backtrack runway 14. Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 14, Wilco, velocity 600. Oh, hello. Clear on final. Oh, on the grass. Nice. Typical Virgin. We'll start our backtrack and then we'll finish the full takeoff checklist. What I love about Beyond ATC that you don't have the option of in real life other than taking notes with pen and paper, is it shows you what your last instruction was, so you don't really have to stress about reading things back off the top of your head or taking notes because it's right there in front of you. So continuing the before takeoff checklist, so chuck the landing lights on, strobe lights on as well, taxi lights off, transponder is set to TMR, traffic's on my PFD, and start the clock once we're lined up. Okay, before takeoff checklist is complete now. Tower velocity 600 ready.
velocity 600, Mackay Tower, wind 170 at 12, runway 14, cleared for takeoff.
Copy the wind, runway 14, cleared for takeoff, velocity 600. Stable.
Airspeed's alive. 8 knots.
Checked.
Routing. E2. Positive rate of climb.
You're up.
Velocity 600, contact Coral departure 125 decimal 65.
Departure 12565, velocity 600. After takeoff checklist, positive brake gear up, whatever brake is off. Engine start switches off. Gear levers in position. Runway turn off lights off. Cabin lights actually required. After takeoff checklist complete. Departures velocity 600 to 2,800 for 6,000.
Aircraft calling. Say call sign.
Velocity 600.
Velocity 600. Coral departure. Good day. Identified. Climb to flight level 150.
To flight level 150, velocity 600. 150 set. Climb out checklist up to transition altitude, command A set. ATC, so added a little bit of a layer of complexity. It's the first time I've really properly used an air traffic control service simulator. Since I learned it early. What else can I offer? Again. It's a good layer of complexity because this will actually help my flying in real life. Communication's been paramount. Obviously. Here we go.
All aircraft be advised information. Romeo now current, QNH 1019er.
Passing transition altitude anyway, so doesn't really affect us. so the signs off. Except fuel pump's still off. And stand on the barrow. And that is the climb out checklist complete.
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane radar, 135.5.
Contact radar 1355, velocity 600. Center, g'day, velocity 600, passing flight level 130, flight level 150.
Velocity 600, Brisbane radar, climb to flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310, velocity 600. Is set. First thing I want to figure out is how to get the gear shift. Yeah, gear lever into the down position, lock position rather. I think what's inhibiting it is the fact that I've got a gear lever on control yoke that only has an upward down position. So that's probably what's stopping me from being able to lock it as such, but it's okay. It's simulation. Back to flying out. far ahead of the aircraft as I can, so start setting up the nav for the approach into Brisbane. So set the course to 196.
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane radar 119 at decimal 55.
Over to radar 119 at decimal 55, velocity 600.
Negative Brisbane radar on 119 at decimal 55.
That's what I said. Radar on 119 decimal 55, velocity 600. Sending it over velocity 600, climbing through flight level 230, flight level 310.
Velocity 600, Brisbane radar, roger.
Okay. Okay, and the ILS is 109.3. Quickly, just reference where we are. Oh, we're long gone. Next waypoint, Blue Rocks. Very good. So next approach plate, jet plate to look at. This one is where we arrive at the waypoint smoker. Tracking to the north, just below Bribey Island up here, and then over the bay, Moreton Bay, and a beam recliff into the much newer runway 19 right. That is what we're expecting anyway. We'll see what curveballs we get from air traffic control. Getting a nice tailwind today for a change. Knots at the moment from the west to northwest. Setting it over velocity 600 IH.
Velocity 600, please don't swear at the ATC.
Or what? Set velocity 600. Are you always this bad at your job, or are you just having a bad day?
Velocity 600, I didn't get that.
Oh shit. Nearly top of climb, another 2,000 feet to go. Through top of climb, I'll jump on the FMC and speed the flight up a little bit in the interest of efficiency. How's it go? speed it up until we're just ahead of real rocks, and we'll slow it back down just because this thing turns as fast as it's going, as fast as it knows it's going. So I'm going to blow off the magenta line a wee bit.
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane radar 120.
velocity 600. Brisbane radar, roger.
Center velocity 600. I hate you.
Velocity 600, same to you, buddy.
Nice. Center velocity 600, turbulence higher out.
Velocity 600, say intensity.
Fucking intense, mate. Absolute dog shit turbulence at flight level 310.
Velocity 600, roger. Thanks for the pi rep.
Yeah, you write that down verbatim, buddy. What else have we got? Center velocity 600, verify next fix.
Velocity 600. I show you going direct Rurox, then to Besbo.
Affirmative, direct Rurox, then to Besbo, velocity 600. Center velocity 600, request direct Besbo.
Velocity 600. You have not yet been cleared for your descent and burper is part of your star. Unable direct burper at this time.
We're about to turn on to Besbo anyway, I'll try again. Center velocity 600, request direct Besbo.
Velocity 600. You have not yet been cleared for your descent and burper is part of your star. Unable direct burper at this time.
Did I fucking stutter, mate? Apparently I did. Looks like we're going direct to Besbo anyway. Well, top of descent's in 80 miles. Once we're in line with first 12 months, speed this up 8 times. Get us about 30 miles away, and I'm starting to approach checklist procedures. Look at that, ground speed 539 knots, that's beautiful. Exactly 998 kilometres an hour, so nearly 1,000 kilometres an hour across the ground. Wonderful, that's what we like. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit. Get our top of descent within 40 miles or so, and then we'll start preparing for the approach. Alrighty, in 40 miles, so what we'll do first is we'll go ahead and get the ATC Brisbane.
One, 0. 5G, notice in effect. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Brisbane Airport information Golf. 2100 Zulu. Wind 190 at 5, ceiling 5,600 broken. 25000 broken. Temperature 18. Dew point 17. QNH 1026. Landing and departing runways 01 left, 01 right. Transition level 110. 5G. Notice in effect.
Ooh, 5G.
Advise on initial contact you have information Golf.
Vaccine ready.
Brisbane Airport information Golf. 2100.
Cool. Back to centre. So, continue the prep checklist before taking before 20%. Prep the ATC. The altitude now is set to 1026 in preparation. Set. Radios are set. MCP altitude. We'll get our that in a minute once we request descent.
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane radar 124.6.
Radar 1246, velocity 600. So localised frequency is set and the ILS localised course is set for 196. The ATC reckons 01 left and right now though, so we're going to have to change things up a little bit. That's alright. Potentially. See what happens. Set that up in here as well. Gravy. Step through it just to double check it's good. No dramas at all. Top of descent is in 10 miles. So we'll request descent shortly. Set the localised course to 016. Frequency to 111.5. Cool. Center velocity 600 ready for descent.
Velocity 600, say altitude.
Flight level 310 with information Golf.
Velocity 600, Brisbane radar, roger.
I have to announce myself. Frequency, idiot. Center G'day, velocity 600, flight level 310, ready for descent with Golf.
Velocity 600, smoke 1 alpha, runway 19 right. Report ready for descent.
Son of a bitch. Smoke 1 alpha, runway 19 right, and we are ready for descent, velocity 600.
Velocity 600, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descend 8,000, QNH 1026, velocity 600. Okay. We'll backtrack on everything we just did.
Velocity 600, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1026.
No, read that back. Descend to 8,000, QNH 1026, velocity 600. approach. We'll rebug 196. Very good. And 1093 was it? Yeah. 1093. No worries. So it's a bit interesting. ATC said arriving and departing runway 01 left and right. So I'm not sure why, unless the actual program just takes the information from my flight plan and sim brief and makes that happen. I'm not sure. I think it'd talk to the ATC, but apparently it doesn't. But anyway, not to worry. I'm gonna throw out the spoilers as we're sitting about 2,000 feet above the RMP profile. Get back down onto the profile. So 8,000 set. Continue. Get some. Put the icing equipment on as we're about to get into some frozen preset. Landing altitude is set 0 feet. Radio barrow is set 1026. Set. Auto brake set 3. Now we'll continue that once we're passing the transition altitude of 11,000 feet. Where are we? 1,600 feet above the profile now on the way down. That's good. see what happens. I've got a sneaking suspicion that the speed will creep up and we'll end up off profile again, but it's all good. This approach has been set up a little bit better than previous ones I've had in beyond ATC, where they've only cleared me down to between 15 flight level 150 and flight level 200 from the low flight level 300s. So it doesn't take long to get down there, and then you get stuck there, you end up off the RP profile, and you got to throw out every last little bit of drag you got. Get back on profile. It just wouldn't happen like that in real life, so hopefully they fix that with some future updates.
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane radar 125.0.
Over to radar 1250, velocity 600. Sending at A velocity 600, descending through flight level 150 for flight level correction for 8,000 feet.
Velocity 600, Brisbane radar, roger.
Yeah, mate. RP profile's just done something strange. It's just popped us 800 feet below it. It seems to be correcting itself, and this speed is a little higher than I want it to be, so that'll balance itself out. Back up to profile, 370 odd feet below it. Speed's on profile though, which is good. Passing through flight level 120. It's only been a 53-minute flight so far, so the tailwind definitely gave us a bit of a head start, which is always nice. down south. A couple of layers of it too. Just looks like a few mils. You kind of expect that with a high pressure system though. Obviously you'd be a lot busier than this. Managing paperwork, you'd have your flight plan on a paper copy in front of you, and you'd be taking note of your fuel usage, fuel burn rather, between each waypoint, and referencing that to the flight plan, and lots of other little things. Being simulation. So, transition layer, we'll reset the QNH to the local QNH 1026. Shortly below 10,000 feet. I'll put the landing lines on now and have some signs just to get ahead of the curve. Make sure our airspeed doesn't...
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane approach 133.45.
Contact approach 133.45, velocity 600. Approach g'day, velocity 600 on the RNAV Smoker 1 Alpha for 19 right with information Gulf, descending through 10,000 feet.
Velocity 600 Brisbane approach, QNH 1026, expect the ILS runway 19 right with the Ossico transition.
Expecting the ILS 19 right with the Ossico transition and QNH 1026, velocity 600. Back above profile for some reason. Throw this all up to so I want to be below 7,000 but above 5,000 for the next waypoint further, which is at 7.5 miles. Throw out a little bit more drag. Alrighty, approach checklist, altimeters checked, localizer frequency is 1093 checked. Localizer course 196 on both checked. Approach. And continue once we're off. cleared on the RNAV, so there's no need to be maintaining altitude. Learning as I go.
Velocity 600, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1026.
I do have assignments. Descend 7,000, QNH 1026, velocity 600. I'm going to disregard that though, because it doesn't know what it's doing. Stop climbing. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's fine. Only 1,000 feet above profile, we can get that back pretty quick. I do not want to be 1,000 feet above the glide slope on flying. That's not a good place to be. I'm going to throw out a notch of flaps. Get our speed down.
Velocity 600, descend to 3,000 feet.
Down to 3,000, velocity 600. Way ahead here, buddy. So you kind of got to defy a little bit in order to get a bit of flight out of this. You don't really want to stray off the RNAV profile too much. We're bloody 1,300 feet above at the moment, which isn't ideal. That flaps alive.
velocity 600, cleared direct to Soko, cross to Soko at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 19 right.
Clear direct to Soko, cross to Soko at or above 3,000 feet for the ILS 19 right, velocity 600. Sweet. Straight into the mess. Getting pretty stiff crosswind out of the east at the moment. Okay, approach checklist. Throw the localizer on.
Velocity 600, contact Brisbane Tower 120.5.
Contact tower 120.5, velocity 600. Flaps live, gear down, flaps set, speed brake is armed. Actually, arming manually. Second autopilot. Jump it up. Right on. Engine start switches to continuous ignition. Light slope intercepted. Great. Landing flap set, approach checklist complete. Landing checklist, go around altitude is set, runway, internal flights set. Landing gears, check down, 3 greens, autopilot as required, and auto thrust as required. Checked. Just confirm that. 30 degree VRF is 149 knots. Flaps 30 VRF, I should say. Tower velocity 600 on the ILS 19 right.
Velocity 600, Brisbane Tower, wind 190 at 6, runway 19 right, cleared to land.
Things around it, that's good. Clear to land, runway 19 right, velocity 600.
No, velocity 600, cleared to land, runway 19 right.
That's what I said, buddy. Clear to land, runway 19 right, velocity 600.
No, velocity 600, cleared to land, runway 19 right.
That's what I'm saying. Cleared to land, runway 19 right, velocity 600. For fuck's sake. That's what I get for mumbling. I'll try out the auto land feature on this. Not that we need it, but I'm lazy. And I haven't really used it on the BMDG 737. I've only really used it in the SEVO mod. Average day in Brizzy today. See that wind starting to swing around to the south.
Traffic.
Of course. It's the downside of there not being any traffic injection.
400. 300. 200.
In real life, you go around right now, but I really can't be bothered.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Very good. Speed brakes deployed. Auto brakes are doing their thing when I use the reverses. Let's see here.
Velocity 600, exit left at Tango 9er.
No. Exit left, Tango 9, velocity 600.
Velocity 600, contact ground 124.05.
Over to ground 124.05, velocity 600. Ground, velocity 600, request taxi to the gate.
Velocity 600. Welcome to Brisbane Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Request taxi to gate 39, velocity 600.
Velocity 600, gate tree 9 taxi via Sierra Yankee Bravo, Charlie 4.
Taxi 39 via Sierra, Yankee, Bravo and Charlie 4, velocity 600. And that's all she wrote. Flaps up. Upper landing checklist. Transponder off. Flaps up, speed brakes down, landing lights off. Strobe lights. Taxi lights on. Cabin lights as required, anti-ice. Turn off.